And we are.
We should be live.
And we on procedure. And we are live. And we are. We are. Are we live? Procedure do it right? 1 2 1 2. Are we live? Did somebody say something? What did they say? They say we live.
Okay.
Then why can't we see each other? And why I'm sitting out there? Hey, we can't see each other right now. We're trying to go live. You can hear us. What you do? Did you?
There we go.
Oh, there it
We
is.
good.
It's up. I want to apologize. We're in an industrial area. Our internet speed is really, really slow. We're chipping in for a new internet. So we are live. So hey, everybody, welcome back to the Red Room Talk Show. We are back, y'all. I've been on one today. I've been at Citron all day for no reason. So I want to apologize to Citron before we even get started. I've been on his tacos, on his internet, so I apologize, bro. Moving forward. So welcome to the Red Room Talk Show. Today we got a good one for y'all. No, that's not the topic.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so, okay, wait. So the topic today is dating inmates. Would you date an inmate? And also, does dating an inmate or dating somebody when you meet their background, when you find out their background, does that change the relationship or dating status for you? That's one of the topics we got today. Before we get started, we're going to make our introductions. We're going to start from our left. If you got anything going on, tell us, and then we'll do it again at the end.
All right. You got Marlon, a.k.a. Superman of Majestic Gents Entertainment. Each and every Friday night, Club Manhattan.
Hello, I'm Nicole, cousin of the Red Room, and my big news is I just opened my own call center, you guys.
That's what I'm talking about. Call center in the house.
Yeah, I'm trying to get these bags, honey, and help y'all get some bags too. But yeah, so y'all follow me on Facebook or Instagram at Nicole Russell. I'm the only black one.
We never knew it. I'm cousin of the Red Room.
Last night, the whole time.
Wow.
Whole time she had a
Miss Russell.
Whole time. No, just like, but yeah, I'm the only black one. Y'all can find me.
Wow, that's crazy. I just did not know you had it. That's wild. Okay. Wasn't ready for all that extra talk. All right, go ahead.
Hey y'all, this is J Bay.
Hey, J Bay.
You can follow me on Instagram, official_Coach JBay24. I have a event coming up on the 15th of April. It's a paint and sip, erotic paint and sip. We got a male model coming out. I'm gonna do his little 1-2. He been doing his hip roll. He been working on this, so they can capture that on the canvas.
I have not been working on that.
Oh, is it this?
Yeah, I've been working on that. I think I got that down.
But
okay.
yeah, shout out to the erotic paint and sip. Is going to be here April 15th, starting at 7.
All right.
Hey, what's up? This is Kenny, a.k.a. Cali Smooth, cigar resident of the house. Let's make it happen, man.
Let's make it happen. All right, so here we are, dating inmates. Would you date an inmate? That's the first question. And when I say inmate, I mean somebody incarcerated. Not just mentally incarcerated, I mean physically in that jailhouse. Some of y'all, if they mind locked up, I can't. No, I mean, they in jail. That's what I need to know.
He said, no, I mean they in jail.
Yeah. Would you date an inmate? And if you would, what's the time limit that you say, hey, you're going to be in there too long? Okay, first of all, would you date an inmate? Would you date somebody knowing they're incarcerated? Or they was incarcerated?
I have.
Okay. Did you meet them incarcerated and start dating them, or they got incarcerated when y'all together?
Yeah, no, they got incarcerated way, way after the fact. But no, I did not meet them there.
Okay.
I would never talk to, no shade. I would never meet you there and be like, let's see what we could do.
Okay. Okay, and this fellas too, women get locked up too. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but see, the funny thing is, the stigma is the females always got to be the ones to be
that
like,
part.
yeah, I'm down for him. He's still mine and all that crap. Now, I did. I mean, I didn't date. It was kind of like you said, my ex he got in trouble while we had been dating several years, and then we got married, and the first year of marriage, he got in trouble. So I had to deal with the backlash of the court, how the financial aspect of the jail.
Okay, how long did you stay with him the whole time?
Yeah, that was the beginning of our marriage. We stayed married 9 years.
Okay, all right then.
Like,
How long did he do?
I mean, he only did about a month because I got him out.
I do have tickets, man. Financial burden of these tickets. Man, he should have paid his toll. He should just paid his toll. Man, I'm about to cry and shit. Man, come on.
Man, that's sitting out
I mean,
tickets.
that's a long time. He was looking at he was looking at literally $5.99 though.
But he only saw a month.
A month.
Hey, he doing some time now.
Oh, well.
Well, you're not dating him,
But I'm
that's
not
irrelevant.
with him. But I'm just saying that. I mean, but that's the reality. He did a month. That was a long time. And I was pregnant at the time. It was
Well, it was a rough month, man.
It was a rough month.
It was. And
That was real rough.
yeah,
Was it February? February?
It was February, March.
Yeah, 28 days. It was a long 28 days.
Was it
Maybe 29.
was
What year
it
was
at least after Valentine's Day?
I think it was like a day or two either before or after.
God,
he got locked up.
God.
Lonely, man.
Wow.
Lonely day.
I mean, I had got my gift. The bear was sitting there, and then here come the DA talking about, we got to arrest your dude. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, just negated that bear, huh?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Well, you know.
I mean, but that was my only version because anybody else ought to been like, hell no. I mean, I judge people.
But the hardships of dating somebody that's been gone a whole month is. I can see it. I can see the burden.
How long did you date in your two relationships?
Whoa. So the first one, probably about 3-4 years.
While they was incarcerated?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's amazing.
Second
some
one,
down
probably
shit.
about the same.
Wow.
You had time, huh?
I'm a loyal person.
You know what? I completely respect that.
The scapegoat. She has to get out
Lies.
of the system. Some girls get uppity.
Don't do that. No, but so both of them I met prior to the first guy. We grew up together. We were probably like 9 when we first met, and we became best friends and just kind of like it's what it was.
Oh, baby.
They gave him 15 years for armed robbery.
Okay.
Okay.
He was like, I didn't know that.
Hey, it happens.
Nice to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I did about 3 of them.
Oh. Okay, all right. So it's about 3 of them years.
Yeah.
So what broke the camel back? What made you stop?
Well, you know what? So his mom really didn't want us together, and she would do things to make us break up. And I got tired of the mom. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Try it again when you get out. Well, I mean, she was like so attached to him to the point where that was like her man.
Yeah.
So for her, that was a whole different weird feeling for her. And then the fact that she felt like we grew up together, we shouldn't look at each other like that. We should have looked at each other more like family. Yeah.
Y'all looking at each other like we grew up.
Yeah.
We grown now.
We grew up, shit done changed now. No, but it was like legit when he got out, we just picked up like it was day one. So, yeah. But he was out about 9 months and got killed.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
9 months. Shit.
Yeah, he didn't make it a whole year. And then it was somebody that he knew. That was the worst part about it.
That's what usually happens.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, on that note, fellas, with y'all days, shit.
I ain't gonna bring it down.
We'll try to get it back up there. Rest in peace, bro.
Me personally, I couldn't. I'm a tangible person. I gotta be able to touch whenever I'm ready to touch. But back to her story. Listen, because this amazed me. When she told me how these guys were taking care of her even while she was locked up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, while they were locked up. Tripped me out, man.
No, it's impressive.
Yeah.
It's impressive what them brothers can do.
Yeah.
And the resources they have.
That part.
They don't have out here. It's impressive.
Yeah.
What I'm still doing this time, I ain't want to put nobody out there like that.
Yeah, because he's probably watching on his phone.
But his name ain't out there. But my thing is this, though. Like, you got cats locked up taking care of women. You got niggas in the street free that ain't even doing shit.
Well, you got, okay,
That
but it's,
threw me off, though.
yeah, well, you know what the problem with, the thing with that is, in there is a captive audience. So the only thing you're going to see is you're either going to see that lady in their uniform every day. I don't care how tight it get, it's the same uniform. Some of them do look good in it.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all correctional officers that look good in the uniforms. Y'all are appreciated. And then you have the
Yes,
other
you
ones
are.
then, so you have that person that's going to write you or however they doing now. They got iPads and stuff now, but they can write you and stuff like that you get even the lies that's coming. Hey, I love you. We gonna be together forever. That's all you want to hear. You want to hear somebody tell you that other than your mother, your kin folks, and all that. You want to hear somebody tell you. So they are loyal because they like, well, shit, somebody like me, and they floss, and you come visit every now and then, and you don't even have to touch a titty. You just get to see them.
Did you say they what?
They flossing there.
They
Like,
floss?
my baby. Look at my baby. I got another.
Wait,
Got
you
another.
ain't lying. Like they legit be like, hey, bro, you down bad. I got a whole girl up here. Hey,
No, bro,
what you doing?
She got any friends? For real, she got any friends?
So my ex, he had still, because he hit up the kids or whatever, and he'll try and slip in like, love to get some pictures. You ain't getting shit. You ain't getting nothing.
Y'all
over
ain't
there.
even together. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that part.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he would love them pictures.
I ain't giving him that.
No, yeah, they were doing a lot. My car note was getting paid.
You found the right ones.
Yeah, you found the
Yeah.
You found the good ones.
He selling all the
All
cigarettes.
the getting paid.
All the honey
He got
buns
all
was
them
coming
cigarettes
through
jumping
him.
in there.
Yeah. I'm a little low on rent. All right, I got you. Don't worry about it. Bet.
Brilliant.
I didn't even know
bet.
I didn't know they could send money out.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I would
until
like literally
learned.
come home and it would be like a bouquet of roses on my doorstep because he ordered flowers.
That's
to
why
send
you
to my
stayed
house.
that long, because you was still,
Hey.
you know what I'm saying?
He
Like
was
you
doing
said,
all the right
the
things.
dude
I
was
was
on the
getting-
street.
He was
doing everything right.
Action.
But not only that, I think for me mentally, I was going through something to the point where I wanted a relationship, but I didn't want anybody that close to me
You were okay
because
with
I
him
was
being
still
around.
broken. So I was okay with the distance because I don't have to deal with you on a constant basis, but I can love you from here.
Right.
That-
dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, drop mic.
Yeah, right? Because that helped both of y'all. He had the
Definitely.
companionship that he needed without having to be
It's
right
like a
there.
trauma bond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In a
it
sense.
definitely
That
was.
was a trauma bond. That was a big
But
trauma
for
bond.
me, it was like I appreciate those relationships because they forced me to be able to communicate in ways that I did not know how to do before.
That's dope.
So
Okay.
that was it. End up being a blessing for him because now you don't have to put in so much work.
He ain't getting that
for me to-
inmate work.
Shout out to my brothers on lock. If y'all watch the show, keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what you're
Send them
doing.
good morning, queens. Hey, beautifuls. And they love it, baby. I'm telling you. Keep writing.
Wait, Tila said she knew him prior to getting incarcerated. She tried to continue, but it got too much. He was there for about a year, but then he got sent to the feds.
That'll do it.
He said,
Yeah,
"That'll do it."
You have to look at it when cats are incarcerated, right, and they coming out or they're in, and they get that companionship. When they do get out, it depends. It's three mindsets to have. They're either getting out here, they're gonna hustle the hard way. I got to get back at it. They know my name on the streets. They know who I am. They either gonna do the right thing, or they just gonna float and just figure out which way they're gonna go. So when they get out and they meet a woman, like for me, when I got out, right, and I came home, the first thing I did is I didn't date or anything. I was simply like, let me get myself together because I know I wasn't no good for nobody. I'm I ain't got a dime. I'm
And a
struggling.
lot of them don't think like that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
A lot
me,
of them
I'm
looking
like-
to be homosexuals.
Yeah, and I wasn't trying. It was too much pressure. I stayed home for a minute. I'm getting myself together. So once I started getting together, right, I said, well, once I started getting together, then I started dating. But then on the other side of it, now I'm non-monogamous, right? But then at the time, I'm working on this monogamy thing. But then I'm not realizing that all these fish in the sea. I hadn't seen all these fish before. I was only seeing a handful of fish for a bunch of years. Now I'm seeing all these fish, and I'm like, I want to. Yeah, I'm going fishing. I'm going fishing every day. I'm going fishing every
line
day.
in.
So for the first person I was in a relationship with, because when I was incarcerated, I wouldn't date. Like I didn't really, I wasn't big on writing. Hell, I'm not big on texting now. So I didn't write none of that shit. So for me, it was me just getting myself together and doing school stuff. So after that, it was like coming home and then trying to actually date.
Yeah.
That was weird. Yeah. One, because people wanted more than I had to offer and I could give. And they was like, okay. And I didn't want to be broke together.
Right. Yeah.
So if I ain't meeting Oprah, hey boo. I didn't want that part. I didn't want. I couldn't deal with. Because I'm like, okay, I got goals, and if I've been gone and you here and your goal ain't changed, it ain't nothing we can do. I'm on the way. I got stuff to do. But you'll meet a lot of guys like that are there, that are trying, and then you have those that ain't gonna do shit. They can't wait to get back.
I've met guys
Definitely.
who actually come across been on probation and have that mentality like they've been locked up, where you go into the mental bondage part. Because it's like they feel like they have this scarlet letter on their chest.
Like everybody know.
Right.
Nobody really knows.
Because I'm on probation. I'm like, I didn't even know that. Thanks for telling me. I appreciate it. So it's weird that even in that capacity, they have that thought process.
They'll lock themselves up. They will make it a point to say, well, nobody hired me or nobody give me a chance. And a lot, I mean, depending on the case too. Okay, so some you do not get a chance.
It really do.
But a lot of it is your mindset. A lot of it is walking in and saying, hey, here I am. And if you present well, a lot of people take it, man.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, can you?
Real talk. For me, mine was a little bit different. When I got out,
We don't need to know your case.
I cut into my baby mama, with my high school sweetheart. So basically, I cut into her, and so we just rekindled what we had back in high school. So mine was a little bit different, and then got married, had kids and shit like that. And then once I realized, like, okay,
It's a lot of fish out here.
I'm back up now.
Fish out there.
Yeah,
Lots of fish out there.
I should have did it. Yeah. Then I'm like, man, let me go on and end this. Because I know I shouldn't have did it and felt bad for doing it, but
Ain't over like run me them divorce papers. Let me go and get them. Let me go and get them.
I'm sorry I wasted your time, baby.
You know what?
Our kids are beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you for these kids. Run me the
He
papers.
literally just said, I got up. I got my shit together.
Rolled out.
Bitch, it's time to go.
my bad.
Okay,
so the divorce papers. Run me that.
So another question then. So
I wasn't good for it.
okay, so I wouldn't date somebody incarcerated, and also I wouldn't date somebody if I'm in their first relationship after incarceration.
Okay.
Because they got a lot they got to do, and I feel like you can hold them back. One
Definitely.
and two, it's a whole lot of fish out there.
What's the
Whole lot of
level,
fish out
though?
there.
Because they could have gone. They could have done. Is it a?
If they did a month, okay. If they did a month, come on.
Hey,
You just
that was a long
your
time.
system clean. Come on, baby.
No, he actually was
He said
facing
your
armed
system
robbery
clean.
as
But
well.
you only did a month. Regardless of what
other
your
two-
face is, what you
it don't
doing.
matter. I mean, I'm just saying.
It's what you
Yeah.
doing.
My dude at the time got lucky. The other two didn't. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say that.
Great job. You did a good turn.
Yeah, I did.
So
But I'm just saying, what is the limit though? So for instance,
If you
said fresh out, it could have been a year. Is that too long of?
it's not
of
necessarily
being
fresh out. If they're fresh out, well, whenever they get out, not say fresh.
But fresh
When they
out
get
to
out,
what
I wouldn't want to be their first relationship because
regardless of how much time, right?
Yeah,
Regardless
'cause
of how much
it's
time.
Okay,
bad
gotcha.
because the mindset,
can happen fast.
it's all it's all messed up, really.
Yeah.
So so basically it's like getting with somebody after somebody been with somebody for like 20 years or 15 years.
Right.
Their mindset really totally
It's completely different.
and
But
messed
it
up.
didn't go either way. But then
And you
also,
have to-
when they get out, they got to get scuffed up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be the one to scuff them up and emotionally scar them. You let them get scuffed up, then they pull up to you, they appreciate you, right?
Right.
Because they
Yep.
been scuffed up by this other person. I got scuffed up. Boy, I walked out with incredible credit. For I get a call, hey, come to the dealership. The chick I went, hey, we getting this car. I'm like, we get the car. We get a car for these cars work we got. So now I'm starting to pay for a car. I'm hot the whole time. I'm like, but I'm under duress. First relationship.
said I'm under duress.
Yeah, first relationship home, and I'm buying a fucking car. And I'm hot. I'm hot the whole time. Signing the dude like trying to talk to us and say, bro, right now, don't talk to me. Just get this paperwork signed because I'm not in the space to deal with you, and I don't need to go to jail. I'm still on the road. I'll tear the dealership up. And she all happy, I love you so much. And I'm like, not like that. Kate, how you get my social? And why he processed the paperwork? I'm trying to figure all this out. But once again, I didn't know. Like, so when I left, I was 17. So I'm having to learn. I'm having to get out and learn everything, right? I'm having to learn, writing checks and balancing books and all this whole type of stuff. So I'm literally learning life, and I got two 13-year-old kids now. So I'm just 4 years older than them mentally. Yeah. So I'm walking out mentally 4 years older than my children, and them calling me dad and me having to do dad shit, saying, God damn, I was
all learning
I was your age the other day mentally, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I'm buying a car, and I'm like, the fuck, I ain't bought myself a car. That was the worst part. I got this old ragged ass car, and she get a new car. I said, but once again, that was my first relationship, and I was wide open.
Right.
Because she had some good stuff. If you're watching, you had some good stuff, though.
Wait a minute. Wait. Okay.
Stuff for doing to you every time.
Adrian said that's brave of you, Keelan. A lot of people come out looking for somebody, which is true.
Sandra just said, Keelan, no.
I bought that car, Sandra. I bought that car.
It be like that sometimes.
Okay, so let me ask you another question then. So, for those that will date, so say for instance, you meet somebody, right, and y'all hitting it off, y'all vibing, everything going smooth, and y'all in a relationship, and they haven't really told you anything yet, or y'all starting a relationship, or y'all say, let's take this to the next level. Would you not accept them if they told you their background? Say y'all been dating about 5 or 6 months, and they say, well, you know what, I see this getting serious. This is me. Because a lot of times, depending on how much time they play stuff, they'll lie like a motherfucker. I got a whole history of shit that I ain't ever done. Yeah, so I was on the moon for 6 months, and after that, I went to really the moon. I was like, yeah, I'm a black dude. So, I got, you know, but I had to
was on the moon for 6 months.
But once again, I had to have, you know, because people ask questions. They ask a lot of questions about your life, especially when you're younger and you getting older. You know, you figuring out. They ask a lot of questions about your life. You have to figure out. You like, well, I don't want to tell you I was in Huntsville for a whole bunch of years, and then I was out. So you have to really figure it out. So when you meet somebody and would you date them or would they change the dynamic of the relationship? What would change about that?
Just knowing that they've done time?
Yeah, and they said y'all were about to get serious. Y'all getting serious, and he said, hey, look, before we go any further, I've been incarcerated 14 years and blah blah blah. How would you? What would your reaction be? Would you accept that? Would you say, you know what, or would you say, you know what?
Yeah, like that.
I mean, I've done it before.
But they was in there then. They was already in. He out.
No, but I mean, it just honestly it depends on what the reason was. I'm gonna be completely honest. Depends on the reason. If you kill somebody, I'm gonna have to.
It's gonna be like, you pay the car note.
How much
That's
you
how
got
she
on
like.
rent? You pay car note and rent. I
Is
got
the bills gonna be
everything else.
I'm there.
No, but for real, depending on what the reason is. Like, if we been dating and he was like, yeah, I did some time, I killed somebody. Well, hold on. Why you ain't say that in the beginning?
That's not something you
And
tell
what
him.
happened?
You know.
That's not something you can tell.
Good morning, Queen. Before we go any further,
Right.
I'm gonna let you know. I think you're beautiful. I killed somebody when I was younger, but I've changed. No, it don't work like that. You know?
No, but that's something that you don't like. You don't wait until we at the point where we're about to transition into a relationship.
But I think
some of that stuff you don't really want to tell. Real talk.
But
This shit in my past, I do not want to tell. At all.
Well, ladies, don't ask.
But you know,
He ain't gonna tell you.
but the thing about it is, that's in my opinion, that will be the conversation, the transparency. You know what? Before we get too serious, because I really like you.
Right.
Let me
Okay.
tell you who I am, so you can take me or leave me. Because
Yeah, 'cause-
if you don't, this is the next level we're going to, and I
Right.
want you to know me before.
Depending on
Every time
that's
somebody
true,
see me on the street, say, "Dog, we were locked up on." I'm like, no.
Yeah.
no, like I'll tell certain stuff, but certain stuff I can't tell because
You can't tell that on camera.
No. We heard him talk one night. No.
Wait a minute, we'll knock this whole camera down. No.
certain stuff you just can't tell. You know, and it's I can tell you I went to jail. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm out. Been out for a long time. Why I went in for something else, but everything I done did. You don't need to know everything I done did because some of it's saving your life, and so you can't lie on me.
Wait a minute. If you got to tell me
You
that,
said I gotta tell you. If I tell you I gotta kill you, or you gonna get killed. I don't want to be with you.
Yeah, that's
my
non-negotiable in my book too. Well, you know what? I've done a lot of things. You might die if you hear.
We bought a
Nope.
whole house out in the country somewhere, and you talking about hey, some shit.
I gotta watch John Wick every night to get my skills up. To learn how to kill 300 people in 20 minutes. I gotta practice Oh yeah, I gotta do that.
I think it, like she said, it depends because I would prefer you to be very transparent.
Yeah.
But like also just my response would be you have to understand that if I don't accept that, you can't get mad at me.
right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm
For sure.
saying? Because sometimes, you to have your conversation, even as friends, you'll talk about something, people get offended. You can't get mad at my response, but I'm telling you that my response may not be what you want.
Right.
But
exactly.
it has to definitely be like armed robbery. If you was young, you thought you was being desperate for some shit, cool.
Doing stupid
Pedophilia,
stuff.
some sex trafficking, or
Nah,
some
ain't
dealing with
nobody-
kids
I'm
or
cool.
old people.
ain't nobody
That means
do
you
it.
ain't got no soul.
Yeah.
And somewhere you trying to grab it. You trying to go down the yellow brick road to go get a soul, but you ain't got one for real.
Already.
And I definitely, unfortunately, I will be judgmental on that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Nah,
some,
that's
I said, but
hey.
some people keep asking the questions and keep trying to go deeper and be like, hey, I did this. well, how was this? Well, what did you do? Man, I don't want to go into that.
You can't do all that.
I don't want to tell you all that. I told you I can tell you the bigger part, but I don't want to go.
If you give me the,
I don't want to open that
I can
bag.
tell you the what and the outcome. Hey, this what happened is the outcome. Yeah, that's it.
That's all you need.
$2,000 to where I have additional questions, I'm probably gonna step away because I do. I'll be like, so let's have this conversation, you know. And sometimes I will do that, but if it's some shit to where it's already like, oh, this is not sitting well in my spirit, I might have to.
But most of the times, if the person that's been incarcerated asks you that or bring that to you, that's because they are accepting of what you're gonna say, yes or no, and they literally not taking your option from you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the crazy thing in my situation, like they gave me the whole rundown, like I was the homie, like I was there with me. You remember this? Hold on, I don't
on the phone.
Yeah, I don't think y'all supposed to be saying this right now. Like somebody could be listening.
If it's on the jail, they was listening.
Yeah, exactly.
They got all that on tape.
Now it was cell phones, but still, somebody could be listening. You just don't know. But the whole thing is like I understand you trying to give me the option of whether I want to stick this out or whatever, but you don't got to get a whole rundown. I'm just telling y'all. Just gloss over the top.
Make it sound sweet.
Put some water with it.
Yeah, put a whole lot of water with it.
Put water with it. Make it sound sweet. But just tell the truth. My opinion, you should tell the truth. I've had friends that's been incarcerated. I had one friend married 3 times while he was down there. Married 3 times. It was impressive. Yeah, it was impressive. Most impressive thing I've ever seen. So I look up who's married. Huh?
Was he paying car notes?
No, they was sending him money like a champ. Then when he moved out, exactly. It was impressive. I was like, dude, how you keep getting married? He get a divorce, get married again.
That's a cold game.
We showed up about the same time. We both 17. We was 17. He got out 3 years ago, so he did a long time, right? So, but he had been married 3 times. The last time he got out, when he finally got out, he ended up moving to I want to say it was either Utah or Wyoming. He married this chick. She lived in Wyoming. He got down there. He somehow showed up and became the breadwinner at the house. And they was riding. He called me in the middle of the night one night. He said, "Say, man," he said, "I need money to get away." I kid you not. And so I sent him $250 and a laptop. I said, "Go to Walmart and go $250 laptop." He got in his truck. He called his PO. He said, "I get away." He said, "I gotta go." And she said, "You shouldn't have been there in the first place. You go ahead and go back to Texas." That dude got in that truck, and he ragged ass truck too. And drove back to Texas. They was mad. But look here, he need to get out of there. But he was married to the lady, and while he was down there, she was taking care of him, and he felt obligated to go. So when he got out, one of my partners picked him up, and we've been there since we was kids.
You know what?
He felt obligated.
That's the app. So I'll be watching. What is it? Love After Lockup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
we could have did a whole show about your friend.
Yeah, we should have.
They would actually. Somebody came down. All I had to do was call.
But the crazy part is that people do. They'll be like they have these pen pals while they locked up. Then that's the person they link with. Come to find out, the man never seen this person until it's time to get out, and you got catfish. You know what I'm saying? Then now you like, dang. I thought she was gonna be Farrah Fawcett, and she over here looking.
Not Farrah Fawcett.
You picked Farrah Fawcett.
She took it.
You got Jane Kennedy.
But you picked Farrah Fawcett. But first of all, a lot of times,
she could have said
my male
Halle
friends
Berry.
who got like no white girls. So I just
I would have never thought about it. I saw Farrah Fawcett. I've been mad at my Farrah Fawcett doing here. Excuse me, ma'am. Is it Jane Kennedy over there somewhere? Is sisters with you?
Wait a minute. Oh my God.
She don't even know who Jane Kennedy is, but you know Farrah Fawcett. Look up Jane Kennedy. Jane Kennedy, shout out to you. I bet you're still gorgeous. At 72.
Not at 72.
Oh my God. But anyway, they do. They have a pen pal. They link up with somebody. It's not really who they aesthetically wanted, but they feel obligated because that lady was putting money on his books. He was getting the commissary. He was getting the cook downs and the cook ups or whatever.
Oh,
you know all that. Like
she know all the terms. That month did her justice. She know all that.
He said that month did her.
No, but I mean, I have family been locked up. He not the only. You know what I'm saying? But that's usually what happens. So then they be looking, and be like, and then you said they be in the streets, and they see the streets is looking much glorious than.
It
looking at home.
Yes, it does.
It absolutely does. I'm saying. Then I lost my mind when I figured out what.
Wait.
First I ever seen jeans heels.
Right.
Adrian said you think she look like Janet Jackson. Get to it, she look more like Freddie Jackson.
Yeah,
it happens.
It does happen. But,
Oh my God.
But once again, but I met people that met their soulmates too. Like they don't touch down and met their soulmates, and they've been together forever. It's like, you know, they found their person.
Yeah.
And their person had went through
That's
that
a blessing.
circumstance, and when they came home, they was good, and vice versa. I got it, in which I had a friend of mine. His wife ended up being incarcerated. She started dealing with some other dude, just, you know, messing around, got incarcerated. He stayed by her side. It was once again, it was impressive. That was impressive to me because I wouldn't have done it.
I will say it is
He's
impressive.
probably the only guy that would have.
Yeah, it was
Most
impressive.
dudes would have left.
Yeah.
Even half the things that I hear us women do,
Nah,
many dudes wouldn't have been able to waver.
It was incredibly impressive to me. I was impressed, and I had to tell him that one day. I said, because I couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
You
It takes a
messing off
strong-
on me, and then
a
you
strong
messing with the
man.
dope man. He catch the case. He put you in on the case, and now I'm spending my money on attorneys for you and
got
get you.
implicated.
And she still had to go do time.
Yeah.
And he stayed while she did time. When she got out, she came home. Yeah. And when she came home, yeah, he was right there. But that was a lot.
Yeah,
that I
it's a
couldn't
lot
have
for him to
done.
deal with, yeah.
But I wouldn't expect anybody to do that for me either. I'd be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna
I
ride
did a
on
lot.
out. Yeah, get my clothes and
Hey,
take them over to mama
Let
house.
me go get my stuff and drop these off, and I'm gonna see you when I see it.
If you alright when I get out, we can talk about it. But
Let's
otherwise,
see what it look like. All right, so next thing is, and somebody brought this up, and I need to understand this: is a fair exchange. A fair exchange is not a robbery. What does that mean? Because somebody brought this up the other day on the topic. I need to understand what that means. Fair exchange is not a robbery.
Fair
that was
exchange?
featured. That was
I know
featured
what it
topic.
means.
Go ahead, see.
Fair exchange, not robbery.
I know what I mean, but I want to hear how you hear it.
He said, "I want to hear how you heard." it."
Yeah.
If everything is even, then it's no, you can get over on somebody.
Oh, okay.
Like you go Dutch.
Okay.
Is this relationship
yeah.
or is it dating based or just everything?
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
Okay, so say in a relationship, if everything is equal in a relationship, if I'm providing like you're providing, if I'm hearing you right, see, if I'm providing like you're providing, then it's not. If we walk away, nobody should feel cheated out of this.
Yeah.
Correct. You know, is that what I'm hearing? Okay.
I can agree
For the
to
most
that.
part.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that.
But
If-
even physically, people still don't feel that way. People always have it. They feel like they gave more.
Right in their mind, yeah.
Like, is it really true?
it's never going to be a fair exchange because,
There's no such thing as a fair exchange.
like Jay said,
That's all perception.
I mean, fair exchange will be tit for tat.
yeah, it's incredible.
A fair exchange will be considered tit for tat. It'd be like I'm sitting here logging everything I did for you, so that we can equally compare everything you did for me. And that's not in a true healthy relationship. That's not gonna be. That's not true because there's gonna be situations where you can't do for me that I've been doing for you because you may not be able to. But
Real
I'm
talk.
still loving you equally as you love me, or we love each other. You know, we're overflowing of love to each other. It doesn't matter, but it's not gonna be. It's not realistic, in my opinion.
I feel that.
And I agree. I 100% agree with you on that. And I think that not only physically but emotionally, because we all feel like we give something more than the other person, whether we believe it or not. In my mind, I'm giving 150%. In her mind, she's giving 150, and I'm probably only giving 40.
And when we broke
You know.
up, yeah, I was gonna say, and when the breakup happened, you ain't did shit.
Yeah, and in my mind,
you
I'm
like,
giving
well, I was-
y'all my emotions, and I'm not.
part.
So it comes to not only, you know, and I think sometimes we'll consider that a fair exchange. Oh, I'm giving you my emotions and this and that, but I'm half-assing it, and she may be half-assing it. You know what I'm saying? And so but we both think we all in.
Half-assing it together.
Yeah.
I
So
don't like the word 50-50, to be honest. I hate that shit.
why?
Huh?
Why?
Because it's like, if I'm saying I'm coming to the table 50-50, I'm not giving you 100% of me. That's that, and I ain't trying to be poetic acting, but it sounds like it's dumb. It's stupid for me to give you half of my energy, half of my money, half of, all that. In the relationship, I'm not fully invested. I'm already coming to the table half-assed. If I say, yeah, you half of my no, I'm coming in cold, like full head first. If I committed to the relationship, honestly, it's a gift and a curse doing that because you get, if you get your feelings hurt, you're gonna be eating ice cream on the couch and listening to Mary J. Blige and a little sad from time to time if that does happen, if heartbreak comes. But you can at least say that you can at least say you put your best foot forward, in my opinion, so that you can't be criticized for being half-assed.
But really, it's like this right here though. When you go into a relationship, let's say everybody give 100%, but within that relationship, sometimes you might give 20. I might be at 80. You might be at 20. Or sometimes you might be at 80. I might be at 20. Or you might be at 60. I'm at 40. Have 50-50 is rarely
math right now. He working his math. Go ahead.
It's really ever done. You know, for the most part, somebody might always be given a little bit more than the other, but but that's just the nature of a relationship. Because sometimes she might not like your ass, but she still love the hell out you. Yeah. But she might not like you at that day. But then next day you might not like her.
That's going into choices.
No, it's not even choices.
When you look at the average, it balances out.
Yeah, it ends up balancing out.
So I'll put it to you like this, and this is my perception of 50-50. Man and woman, when they decide to get married, they become what? Okay, 50-50 is 100. So y'all both together make up that 100. If you putting your best foot forward. You see what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I see it from that perspective, but I just feel like a lot of people take the 50-50 aspect as half-ass. Like when people, if you look at other podcasts, when they bring up 50-50, you bring it, what you bring it to the table, and they're like, 50-50 is like the prerequisite, but it's considered, how they're describing it is half-ass to me. True. That's why I'm like, okay, why can't I just give you 100% of me? Because we're still negating each other to be one. At the end of the day, that's how I look at it. So it's still equivalent to 50-50. It's just I'm coming to the table whole because you don't want to be half-assed. I'm looking at it as a whole. I'm a whole person. You're a whole person. We're coming together to merge into one unit.
But it's hard. It's hard. Honestly, in my opinion. Once again, this is my opinion. It's hard to give a person 100% of you. Yeah. That's almost it because there's something you have to protect for yourself.
It's not advisable.
Right, yeah. It's something, and I kind of understand what you're saying, but there's something that you have to protect for yourself, and giving 100% of yourself to somebody is not protective. Yeah. If we were in a relationship, I wouldn't want you to give me 100% of you because I would want you to protect yourself from me when I'm fucking up because I would do the same if I thought you were fucking up, right? So I have to have a piece of myself put back so that I can say, okay, well, I'm safe. Or I can handle this. But now on the other side of it, I'm giving you everything else I got. But I gotta hold this little part of myself back just to be safe.
That still ain't 50%.
I know. I'm gonna give you more than 50.
It's not the fact that I don't understand and I don't agree with it. I just hate how people portray 50-50 because I'm not gonna give you. I'm gonna still keep some for me because that's how people lose themselves. They're putting everything forward. So I get that part. But what I'm saying is that if I'm committed to you, I'm choosing you every day. I'm making sure that you are my forefront. I'm not looking at anything else. I'm making sure that we're good. We are one. That's where that.
We are one.
Adrian said, seriously, it's not always 100 on both sides, and that's okay as long as it's not always the same person doing it all. That's true. I mean, the 80-20 is going to flip. Like, I may be giving 80 this week, and he bringing in 20, and then next week I may be the 20. But you have to understand that it's going to change, and it's going to rotate like that, and that's how relationships work. Yeah. But like you guys said, you do have to keep something for yourself because if you give everything you have, you the only person that can fill you back up, really, if you think about it.
Anybody else got to talk? Yeah, for the record, y'all, just so you know, we are filmed in front of a live studio audience. We have people here. You hear in the background. We got background. And we got a couple of people that's here. I'm not going to say names because I honestly think they on the run. They leaving Texas in a week, or they leaving in 4 weeks. Okay, I don't want to give y'all exact day away, but they heading out pretty soon. They leaving Texas, but we are, and so they're moving out of state, and they found a Red Room online, and they came down to have a good time.
But these would be some beautiful inmates to date if that just so happened.
Wait, are you trying to?
I don't think these ladies are inmates.
Hey, I'm trying to.
They just put you on inmate. What is it? Matchinmate.com.
All right, inmates, get online. We got 2 ladies that's on the run. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. So, real quick question. So, ladies, real quick question. And hey, you know what? We don't have to put the camera on them. We don't have to put the camera on them. But give me a mic. Let me see a mic. So, excuse me.
That's right, Sandra.
Engineer. Ask these young ladies, would y'all date an inmate? That's the question. Would y'all date an inmate? Or if somebody told you their background after y'all started dating, hey, this is what's happening, would y'all date them?
I wouldn't date someone who's currently an inmate. And in terms of after the fact, I would agree that it depends on what they did. Like, of course, you murdered someone, but like, was it self-defense versus did you do
Find
it on
the reason
purpose?
So she said she
You know,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because if
Or-
it was a murder from back in the day, it was an
It was
accident.
1976 and this nigga was on my ass.
right? Like maybe you guys were like
I
teenagers.
said, look,
and
sucker,
you got in a
get away
fight.
from me.
Yeah.
Get off some giant turkey.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Like, then I would be like, okay, but I feel like I would respect that they gave me the choice to choose whether to be with them or not.
Okay.
And I think that's important that they even asked.
Okay.
More so than just like hiding it forever. I mean, I would still feel a little like you could have said it at the beginning, but at least you still came forward.
Yeah.
No, we were getting
As
serious.
soon as you do that Google search, bam, everything pop up.
You on inmate.com.
Is this
Look
you?
at that.
No, that's not me. Is that your picture? No, I think that's my cousin.
You got the same
With
dip
the
on
same
right.
name. What about you?
I wouldn't date an inmate only because the mindset and just the lifestyle is completely different. Once you're out, you're pretty much on the same level field as everybody else. What are you okay with? What aren't you okay with? Are you okay with pedophilia? I can't mess with that. So it's pretty much the same level field. If you're a stand-up dude, you have your principles, you're living your life as best as you can, you're no different than anybody else to me.
Okay.
Especially
Finger
coming from
snap.
Come on.
That's what I'm talking about.
She said he
Something
had
about-
chances.
Fellas, it's hope for y'all out here.
The baby got chances.
It's hope out here, y'all. It's hope out here. They will. Hey, but you got to get out here and get your, because there's somebody locked up watching this right now. Hey, hey, get your shit together. Get your stuff together and get right. All right.
Oh my God. Wait, Theo said, I'm a pleaser, so I'm going to give you 100%, and I need the same in return. Yes, we have our days and moments, but I expect us to always stay full. Ooh.
You know what I mean? That's the reality of some people.
That definitely is the reality. And once again, 100% is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a big number for me.
It is. I
But
mean,
but that's just
like
once
I said,
again that's
it's
and
all
Theo,
about-
that's just my opinion.
it's
That's
all
not
about
you and them.
Because
Yeah.
everybody's perception of 100 is different. It's like when if I play ball or play a sport or anything, many of us have played sports to whatever capacity. You going in because you're excited about the game. Even the nth hour where you tired, you still trying to give your all. So even if your tank is on E, you still trying to give 100%. So it doesn't necessarily mean I'm always gas on full. I might be tired today, but I'm gonna still give you a full 20%. It's still at 100. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about perspective, I guess. I'm just looking at it from that, as opposed to how people describe it. How social media looks at it, like people I gotta have $100. You better have a motherfucking $100, and we come together with $200 and go to the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of how that's how I feel like
Okay.
a lot of social media describes
That
what
makes sense.
people supposed to bring to the table. And
Okay.
I don't agree with that.
I got
Okay,
you on
now
that one. I got you on that one.
You get what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying? I'm sorry.
that makes sense.
All right, I
So-
didn't land properly. I apologize.
No, you stuck that one though.
Yeah, okay.
You stuck that one
I
right there.
appreciate it, 'cause
Because
I'm-
that makes sense. Like I don't look at what you bring to the
I
table.
had to bring
Right.
money
Well-
into it for you to understand. Oh, everybody! No, I'm just
No,
playing.
no,
I'm
but
just
you know, because sometimes emotion they can't bring. But I just didn't know. That makes more sense to me, like the fair exchange part, like what you
Right.
actually bring to the table, and what should you bring to the table? Because I mean, people come broke. People come either broke or broken, and you got some people that are fixers, and you got some people that are not. I'm not a good fixer because hell, I was broken, right? So I'm not good at fixing y'all.
you looking at it like,
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work.
can I
handle
call
it.
the IT
I don't
department?
think I can do this job. You can be safe out there.
That's called a support group.
You be safe out there.
Be safe.
But that sometimes comes into play where you can have two people who are fixers can fix each other. You know, because
Not if both of y'all broken.
Well, no, it's easy because it could be a good thing. It could because
a
or
whole
you
lot of
have
Scotch
someone
tape on that bad boy.
Well, or you can have
Not a whole
someone
lot of
who's
Scotch tape.
opposite. So
Yeah.
you are broken per se, and I'm here and I see you as somebody who like all he needs is a little love. And that's what's fixing you, right?
Okay.
And now I'm building you up to be the man that I see the potential, which is also a risk because, like he said, hey, I got my shit together and then I was out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for the beautiful kids.
Right, and that's honestly the risk you take too. So there is, but just relationship period is a risk. So the fair exchange is never gonna be equal at all because there's gonna be certain things that I see in you that I'm trying to build you up, and you may be reciprocating somewhere else and that I may be lacking.
Okay.
I mean,
It'll never be equal in the same moment.
Right.
Is what you're referring to, right?
Exactly.
No, shame on you, sir.
No. No, it's never gonna be equal. However, you don't. I think the trigger for me is broken because you don't ever want to go into anything broken. Yeah. I mean, we all gonna have our issues, but you don't want to go in being broken, feel like, okay, this person is broken too. I can fix that in them, and maybe they can fix this in me because that may not ever happen. And then you've tainted each other worse than what you already were.
How do you know when you're well? So the definition. Okay.
I'm listening. No, the definition.
Because being broken sometimes takes you being tested to see if you've actually healed, too. So you can't necessarily not indulge yourself into something. Like, yeah, you can isolate yourself, build yourself up, meditate, pray, however you see fit to heal. But I still feel like it's healthy to indulge into some type of courtship to first, it's sharpening your rod all at the same time. It may actually turn into something serious.
Yeah.
Or it could be like, well, we were not equally yoked. I'm gonna move on to the next thing. But that made, because you even said when I was with this person, he was an inmate for 4 years. It made me learn how to communicate so that I could get with him. So it's not like it's a bad thing.
No, I'm not saying it is gonna always be a bad thing. But what I'm saying is it can be a liability because for me,
that's true.
It put me in a better place because I realized why I was in those situations, and I realized that things about me that needed to change. But when I left, it made him broken because now he has nobody. You know what I'm saying? True. So it wasn't a fair exchange. It was in the moment it was, but after the fact, I left him more broken than what he was because now he saw the hope of being able to have a life, and then I took that, so to speak.
Okay, I'll get you.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, it don't always have to be. Yeah,
having an inmate, I wouldn't have been able to.
You got 4 more days. I bet you got that call. You got 4 more days. They don't let you have 4 days. It's over.
Oh, after 28 days, he'll be home.
The doors, the locks change. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, if you're broken, he's broken, or the significant other, it could be anybody, right? Your other person is broken because in the Red Room we respect everybody, what you do in your life.
Yeah.
So if the other person is broken and you're broken, if you leave, you can either break them more, or if they're not resilient, because there's also resilience that has come. If they're not resilient, they're going to break. And like you said, yours broke down. It was like, okay, I went from bad to worse, or from good to bad. So so that's the thing. So one thing I do for the record, one thing I do recommend, especially when you get in relationships or you're into relationships or just in life in general, is seek therapy.
Yes.
Because you may not realize you're broken.
Exactly.
But then you also have those moments where you realize, shit was kind of fucked up what I did. Yeah, right? But
I'm feeling real.
Yeah. So like I said, it took me a minute I used to think I had it. Oh, I got this shit. I'll figure me out. And I was like, one time I went to therapist, and I was like, first of all, you don't know me, but you said some deep shit. I'm intrigued. Hey, I'm intrigued. You want to get out the car? No, I'm going to stay a little bit. I'm going to listen.
I'm going to see what else you got to say.
8 sessions later, I was like, ma'am, you're amazing. Yeah, so it's...
Oh, my God.
So I do recommend...
Tell me about codependency again.
So for the record, I do recommend, especially in certain parts, like for cats that's getting out, you got to understand that they are, for cats that's been incarcerated, people that's been incarcerated, men and women, they're coming out with PTSD. Definitely. So they are experiencing, and not just the incarceration. Incarceration is part of it, but also a lot of them upbringing. Mm-hmm. So between the upbringing and being incarcerated, they're coming out like they've been in Afghanistan or somewhere. So institutionalized, exactly. Mm-hmm. So they're coming out with that. So I recommend therapy. It took me, once again, to feel like I had it, to say, okay, one day I just ain't got it. How many years
did you do therapy before you really felt like you had it?
I did about a year. I did about a year of therapy where I said, okay, I'm okay, or I'm better. I ain't gonna say I'm okay, I'm better.
Yeah.
So, and I still need it sometimes. I need to find me, but I can't find a good therapist. Yeah, I can't find a good therapist. I'm looking for if there's any good therapists. No, I don't.
Hey, Sean.
But I need a good therapist.
Gonna get the wrong
preferably
type of
that look like me.
here.
And not shocked by somebody being incarcerated. Cause one therapist, they harped on that. So, what type of trauma you have as a kid that I was like, dude, my upbringing was amazing. I had the Jordans when they came out. I was living great.
That you mentioned it, it's very imperative because a lot of people will get a therapist and don't necessarily want to maneuver from another one because they feel like that one is gonna fix them.
Yeah.
And you may go through like 4 or 5 different therapists before you find the right one.
Before you find the right one.
And so that's something that, by you saying that, it's important because, mental health is everything.
Yeah, that's the key right there, to find the right
But
therapist.
everybody needs to find the right therapist because even though he looks like you, he may not be for you. Because my therapist that I liked was an overweight white woman, and she would girl me all the time. And at first I'm like, bitch, like you ain't the homie, you know what I'm saying? But she literally, like, when I say she penetrated my brain to where I was thinking different, because she would ask these probing questions, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even think of it like that. Like, literally, she would ask the probing questions where I had 3 or 4 other ones who looked like me, and I was like, I'm not connecting. I'm not at all. And I felt some kind of way because I wanted a sister to, talk to me and tell me, enlighten me, be like Oprah. Hey, Oprah. You know what I'm saying? To, be that person. But it was somebody totally
funny
different.
for me was white. It was a white woman.
Yeah, mine was a white woman.
Yeah, it was a
Mine
trip.
was too.
And she was like, and she, the crazy part, she was like, well, but I told her, say, okay, so I've never experienced this before. So you were in jail. And then this and that. So she had the process. And I was like, I watched the process. Yeah, and I'm telling her, she was like, okay. And then she said, well, look, you gave me a lot today.
I need to unpack.
Yeah, I said, all right. I say, so am I getting charged for the whole session? Because, man, we're going to finish this out. I understand the value of my money. And I need it. We're going to finish it. Or you ain't going to charge for the whole session. So we finished it, but then she started actually, she was good. And like I said, but I was like, okay, I need somebody to look like me. And for the record, there are good therapists that look like us.
Great therapists.
Great therapists that look like us. I didn't find them, but I didn't make my search extensive. Yeah. So, like I said, I found a brother, because I'm like, okay, well, let me get a brother. But then he got so caught up in my lifestyle that, it wasn't even conducive. It was like, yeah, I was like, man, I got partners rock clubs over here. I got this. I'm like, dude, I'm here for therapy. Yeah. Well, if you see me at the club, don't say nothing. I say, bro, if I see you at the club, I'm going to speak, because right now you trying to holler like me homeboy. Yeah. So I'm going to speak. I'm not ashamed. And for the record, I'm not ashamed of going to therapy, right? Because they say, if you speak, I can speak. I'm not ashamed of it. So I can tell somebody, oh, that's my therapist. Yeah. It might be shit you might can use him. Yeah. But you can't use him. I'm like, that was my therapist.
Earl said that's a major statement though. Makes them right. How do you know after one or two sessions? You'll get it after a couple of sessions. It's almost like dating. Like you'll realize if this person is really not gonna be your person, or at least a person for a few, for the near future. After a couple conversations.
If you don't feel like you're getting anything out of it, after a couple of sessions, or even like they're scratching the surface of what you got going on, that's probably not the person.
Yeah. You should either feel challenged or
mine honestly was a whole venting session. Yeah. Like I went in there on the hustle at first. I was going through a midlife crisis for real. And that's in part why I moved out here.
Oh, okay. I would never thought that.
No, for real. I was.
Thank you for being open.
Shut your mouth. But yeah, but yeah, man, I got out here and I was bugging, but like Keelan, you know what I'm saying, I can get through it. And then was hustling Aflac on some weird stuff. I ain't going into details, but one of the obligations was me to have to go through a counselor. Whatever, a session or whatever. So I go in there, sit there, like, so I'm just trying to get through this so I can get my bread, right? She told me I had to go back 5 more times. I said, God, dog. So I'm sitting there. The second time, she asked these certain questions, and next thing you know, I'm just running off at the mouth. That third time, I'm in there crying. I'm like, she ain't even saying that. But check this out. This woman about 67 years old, she was blind. Mm.
So she
a blind white woman is just sitting there, just like, what the hell? I had to help her back to her office and stuff, bro. Trip me out. But it worked. So I said that to say sometimes you got to know, like, once you get in that session, how you know is, like, you can honestly feel what you need while you're going through it. And mine was that release. Like, I was, at that time, when I was going through my crisis, my childhood resurfaced, like all the suppressing, should I say, throughout my life. We never had an opportunity to release. All the stuff that happened to us, either our immediate family knew or whoever saw it, knew about it. And then as a kid, you try to do things, outwork it and get it out your head to where, like, you can move forward and not be stuck in that situation. Yep. And I did real good at that. But yeah, it caught up with me. It bit me in my ass.
When it catch you, boy, when it catch you, hit you.
It catch you.
Yeah.
It'll slap you. It'll slap you down.
When it
Something
catch you,
tough.
hit you. And I say especially for us as black men, I'm noticing we are starting to look at therapy more, and us as men, black men, are starting to talk about it to each other more.
Yeah.
You know, and that's which I appreciate. Because I can come and I feel safe with you, brother. I can say, hey, but we start talking about with each other more. Because I'm tell you, boy, look here, man. Like I say, when it hit you, and you break it down, and you don't realize, and you like, that's that when you had that bad day, and now one of y'all dating an inmate, because he done had a whole fucking bad day. You know what I'm saying? and literally all he had to do was talk to a therapist 2-3 times, and he done lost all of it, right? I'm telling you, literally, it'd be a bad day. I look at the news sometimes, I see shit, I say, Brother had a bad day. Brother had a bad day.
Badass day.
He probably needs to talk to somebody. Now he's sitting there. Now he needs a negotiator. He really want a counselor.
But you see how like it goes from the men now being able to talk, and then also now y'all are feeling comfortable talking to your mates.
Yeah,
which is real big. So
Definitely.
you know, like
which would help the bad day at sometimes if you got the right mate.
But it takes us open once again. It takes us open up. Go get.
It takes us to open up, but then too, sometimes our mates don't want to be receptive for certain stuff either. So it just depends on you got the right mate, because you can open up to the wrong mate, and then they start looking at you differently.
Well, and that's where that safety net for men comes in, like the protection. Like a lot of people are talking about too, like men don't feel safe around their woman because their woman will use it as ammo.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, stuff
get
like
the organ,
that. Which
and
is
all of a sudden,
that's why you said that you like to suck your thumb at night. Like, I said that
Yeah. But I mean, as the woman, that's your job to make him feel like that. He has to feel safe to be vulnerable with you, because at the end of the day, where else can he be? Where else can he get that from?
To turn the Hulk down when he comes through the door.
But I would say it's our job together. It's my job to make you safe when you're at home, or when you're out. Not just at home. When you're out, it's my job as your person or your spouse to make you feel safe. Right. And vice versa. You make me feel comfortable and safe. When I get home, I'm comfortable and safe. I can tuck in. But on the side of it, you should feel the same way. You should come home and feel okay. Like, okay, well, here I come. I know when I get home, here it is, that's right? This is my guy. This is the fair exchange. This is my person. He gonna make sure I'm safe. When we go out and you feeling dainty and shit, he pull up and say, hey, shoot me. And you feel safe, like, oh, hell yeah. That's my motherfucking man.
Right.
Don't fuck with us. We'll kill everybody in this bitch. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that, y'all. But I'm just saying.
Because that would be me.
Don't fuck with Nicole and Marlon.
We literally just had a conversation about him being Jay-Z and me always being Kanye. And I was like, I'm gonna let you speak, but
Right now?
I was like, one day I'm gonna be Jay-Z. He was like, it ain't in you. But that's why I'm Jay-Z, because I got to bring Kanye back there.
So with that, it's our job to protect each other.
Yeah.
As couples in relationships, it's our job to protect each other. We all have a responsibility. That's 100%.
Right.
100% protection. I want to feel 100% protected by my lady. That when what we talk about, if we pillow talking, it don't go anywhere, and vice versa.
Exactly.
If we go out and she's in danger, I got one job to make sure she's out of danger. That's it.
That's the cloak.
Yeah.
Extraction.
And on the side of it, when I come home and I'm breaking down, sometimes I just need to hold me. Hey, just hold me, man. Just that's it. You ain't got to do too much. And give me a beer. You ain't got to get the beer. But hold me, man.
Nah, you do.
Yeah, I actually want a shot. Yeah. Anyway, but
we're going to be matching shots.
And that's 100% that I could go for.
Right.
Right.
Definitely.
That's the 100 that I'm talking about.
But see, man, we down there at the top of the hour right now.
At the top of the hour, man.
Look at go.
Boy, y'all done talked us to death tonight. No.
Hey, you know what? So every night, and we got, like I said, we're in front of the studio audience, so we're going to ask some questions from them once we can get offline, because we try to find topics. If y'all have any topics, man, send them to us. Y'all can put it in the chat. We release an episode every Monday online, and we also do our live shows on Wednesdays. These two young ladies, I can't say their names right now because
they run.
You might be dating Inmates soon.
Hey, don't worry about it. I got them. They gonna have money on their books. Don't worry about it.
Young young ladies, they move around a lot. You know what I'm saying, with all due respect. So, but saying that to say, they found us on. They happened to find us online, Eventbrite, and they came down. So thank y'all for coming.
Thank y'all for coming.
Thank y'all for coming.
Amazing.
We all appreciate it. Free tacos on me. We got tacos left.
Taco Bell looks like the kitchen is closed.
So we're gonna I want to wrap it up real quick, and then we're gonna say our final goodbyes. First of all, dating inmates. We're all most of us wouldn't date inmate.
Can you pay a bill?
Most of
Which bill you gonna catch?
okay. So most of us wouldn't date inmate. I would date a person when they get out. Most of us wouldn't date inmates, but you got to understand that there's different breeds of inmates, and there's a different caliber of person. Some people are doing the right thing, some are going to do the wrong thing. And your spirit, I pretty much tell you about a person a lot of times. You just got to trust it. They'll tell you when that bullshit pull up. Yep. You'll know it. Now it's up to you.
They ran out.
Yeah. I think the fans about to come in. Okay. So.
About to go to jail, y'all. Let's wrap this up.
So with that, yeah, right. So made for great TV if they get busted. I know, right? Okay. We're at 483. Okay, no. But no. So with that being said, most of us agree that we probably wouldn't date an inmate. When it comes to dating an inmate or meeting someone outside of when you're in a relationship and you're meeting them and they tell you a history. We're all kind of on the fence about that one. It depends on history. What I gather, it depends on history. Am I wrong?
Definitely.
It depends on what you did.
Need some details.
Yeah.
I need some details.
Some details you can.
Okay. When Nicole, hey man, just give me the broad strokes.
Yeah. Don't
give me everything. Give me the broad strokes. But there are some details you want, some that you. God dang it. Oh, it's empty. Excuse me. Yeah. So there's some details you want, some details that you don't want. But we are in agreement that we will date somebody with a criminal history. And for those that have dated me, I appreciate y'all. And I'm single. And also,
Kill say it's hot on these streets.
Hey, it's hot on these streets, baby. And lastly, a fair exchange is not a robbery. Whether it's emotional, whether it's physical, if we're exchanging and if we are communicating and talking to each other and being, as Jay said, 100 with each other across the board, that's not a robbery. That's a fact. Now, some days we may have to walk away from it like you had to do, and it's about the pressure of being able to handle it.
Yeah.
Some people can, some people can't. And lastly, the Red Room and all the people at this panel advocate therapy. There's nothing wrong with going to see a therapist. There's nothing wrong with getting your mental health checked out because we are, hold on, man. Hold on, see, we almost done. The engineer, we got a new engineer and he tripping. They can't be showing. Why'd you cut it off?
It's still playing.
Yeah, it's still playing. It shouldn't be showing. No, we're still playing. So don't touch nothing else. So when it comes to mental health, man, make sure you get checked out. Us as black people, we've experienced a lot of things in our life generationally, and not just emotionally, but generationally. Our parents, and they passed it down to us. Make sure I think we are the older generation now where we're at the point where we're actually starting to seek therapy.
Right.
And that's a good thing.
That's a great thing.
So if your children are going into therapy and they are focused on it, let them do it.
Yeah.
For us as men and women, black men and women, just go see somebody if you need it. It ain't nothing wrong with crying, as my boy Life say. Ain't nothing wrong with crying.
Already.
That's my dude. So, and on that note, I want to thank the studio audience, and we're going to say our goodbyes. If you got anything coming up, Jay, please speak on yours. If you got anything coming up, please say it, and then we're going to head on out. And we still live.
All right, I'll start. This is Kane, a.k.a. Cali Smooth.
Way to go, Kane. Start from my right this time. That's my right. Sprinkled him. He had Oakland.
Cigar aficionado of the group,
This is your girl, J-Bay. Instagram is official_coach JBay24. Eventbrite, the link is on my Instagram for the event on the 15th. We're having an erotic paint sip. We're going to have a male model, who will be pulling through, showing his
Hey, pulling through. Okay, you're going to be naked. Okay, I'm sorry.
He is going to be the muse of the day, of the night.
Keep him going body roll.
He's doing his body roll.
I'll be there too. I was like, Give this action.
He's gonna do the body roll. We're gonna have wine. It's gonna be a dope, intimate experience. You're gonna get your canvas. You're gonna paint. You're gonna get a little messy. And he's gonna do some dances for you too. So bring your one.
How can they sign up for it?
Eventbrite or my Instagram, which again is official_Coach J Bay 24. The link is in the bio. You can also go on redroom_Dallas on Instagram. It's also on the Beacon, the Red Room Beacon. Mm-hmm. So if you are following those handles, you should be able to see it on the calendar.
Calendars. All right.
All right now. I'm Nicole, cousin of the Red Room.
You really gonna stop right there? You gave that long speech.
Yeah. My bad. I'm so used to that being the only thing that I say to y'all. I truly apologize. But yeah, follow me on Facebook, Instagram at Nicole Russell. I'm the only black one. Just go on and follow me. Come work with me.
Pages?
I did. I'm the only black one.
Okay. Well, I'm Superman. Majestic Gents Entertainment. You catch me each and every Friday at Club Manhattan. You can find me on Instagram, Majestic Gent, and then Facebook is Superman Smith.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm Keelan, Lifestyle Unlimited. Keelan McClanahan on Facebook. I'm the only one in the world. Need to say that.
Always got to shine.
Yeah. I used to you talking, threw me off. So not like that. But no, you can find me Keelan MC on most websites, platforms. LifestyleUnlimited.club is my website. You can follow me there. And we want to say thank you to our live studio audience. The two young ladies that pull up, they'll be moving soon. Hey, they're moving soon. So, thank y'all for coming, and y'all have safe travels at your new locations. We appreciate y'all for coming. And then we also got the studio audience over here. Thank y'all for coming and showing up and showing love. Follow us. Hey, follow us. Make sure you like, subscribe. We're on all platforms. You can reach us on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play. You can listen to the replays. And we love y'all. Stay real. And then keep dating them inmates, I guess. Peace.